Oh, okay. I was just like really confused. Like, okay, they're gonna get a soul ring, but how's that gonna heal them?
Soul ring heals people now. Nice match.
Interesting. Mind control actually, he just didn't even need a creep because the camp was blocked. Nicely played by Nico Baby, by the way. Because this is usually what you see from a Doom, right? You go to the offlane, you go to the first big camp on the left, and you eat a creep. But Nico Baby body blocked it, and then even Fisher blocked Nico Baby from going into the rest of the jungle. So kind of delayed the power, but you know, it's just a cute play.
So is this how they're actually going to run this, with jungle mind control Doom over in the Dire jungle? Because at the moment, Kuroki is actually faring pretty nicely up against Nico Baby. The Lich has 3 last hits and 2 denies. The Weaver, he has 1 last hit. Bottom lane though, Matuma Man actually battling it out here with Spartan and Nikwa. But aggressive-wise, sure where that's heading. Mind control now runs himself across, and Milan, Earthshaker, you've got 1 Fisher up your sleeve.
Oh, nice Fisher.
Damage-wise, could maybe do this, just pummel him to bits with Geminate and Shikuchi. Doesn't look like it. Mind control, even with his, was it 0.5 armor? 0.5. The buff he got, ridiculously strong. Used to be negative 0.5, and now he's over 0.
Honestly, if
oh, Hook's dead. Actually, Hook's gonna die here at middle lane. The ball comes back up, and Father just goes right back into him. Good life strike rate, but Ball will continue throwing into him with mind control in from the side. That's the first blood onto Yelena. Seriously underestimating that boar. He wanted to go up on the high ground to kill it off, but Lena, no way of death.
Okay, quick question. Do you think it's good that they gave it to mind control, the kill?
I have no real opinion on this. Because First Blood is... It feels nowadays that First Blood is, you know, it's not meaningless, but it's nowhere near as strong as it used to be. Bounty runes and things like that, controlling lanes is a lot more potent. Mind control, though, you know, gets himself up to Arcane Boots, Tranquils, whatever he's going into, then sure. It gives a lot more credence to this sort of jungle-style Doom. As we miss out on a kill at bot lane. Yeah, Nikwa, though, you're going to pay for this with your life with the Searing Chains out from Matuma.
Actually canceled the Soul Rip. Like, he was mid-animation and then it canceled it. That was really unfortunate. Or really well timed.
Matsu?
Oh, he's gonna get another one.
He wants to kill Spartan here. Spartan can't get the fire blast out as Matsu slides through him.
Himself got cancelled. Oh, Matuma Man, so sad now. Well, actually, he's still pretty happy considering he got 2 kills by himself, but could have been even better. And this is like the complete opposite of what we saw in the last game. Like, nah, they're not gonna get a kill. But yeah, I think giving the first blood to mind control is actually pretty good. Now he is sitting at like 1k, and if whatever he goes for, it's just going to boost his lane presence so much. Imagine if he goes face boots, he can just bully out the Weaver or the Earthshaker. So he goes treads.
See, I was really concerned with the amount of gold he's saving up, whether he's actually waiting for Midas gold and get the Midas recipe, but no. Early game's the way to go. Devour gives you enough gold income to actually blast your way through these items. Milan chased down a little bit there, but the big thing is Nico Baby on this Weaver. Where does he go? What does he do? And once you decide those 2 things, what can you accomplish as this Weaver? Because you need a ton of farm. He's a hero that needs Link, and you need it very, very quickly.
Radiant's middle tower is under
and the way they drafted themselves into this sort of like very melee-heavy lineup makes it so that he has basically no lane support whatsoever. So he's 1v2
he's
all
dead.
the time, and he's dead.
Damage from Doom, 79 plus 23. Level 2 on the blast from Lich as well. Bot lane, no trouble down there. But this is pretty much a clinic. You know, they've given away 1 kill. But lane to lane to lane, all 3 of them here. Feels like they're winning pretty heavily until Spartan. No, bottles up, not enough. The TD rune from Hook, just enough to finish off that kill.
Bottom lane, they want to go on Matsu.
Yeah, you're right, with the tombstone dropped. Try and kill off the tombstone. It only takes a couple of hits to finish off. Sleight of Fist will keep him alive with a soul rip there on the tombstone. The chains. And now Hirak, he's alive. So far enough away into the trees. And you look at this aggressive dual lane. They're out of mana. They're out of HP. Milan with the Earthshaker gets in behind the trees with an Observer Ward. But again, that's a lot of good damage output. They've stopped the Ember Spirit from farming for about 30 seconds. But, okay, here we go. Sideswipe in. Fisher will block him off as well. Milan, can they get the hit in? They surely can, but this... What? Was that the decay wearing off?
Yeah, I think it was wearing off. He has another decay charge that's wearing off. So, no.
Goodness gracious me.
Jerax
Meanwhile,
in the
though,
meantime.
yeah, he cannot get himself away from this. Voodoo Restoration himself up to try and heal and try and run away, but in there from Nikwa will finish him off in the end. Now, the lanes, I felt Radiant were winning pretty heavily. Still the kill mid, the kills bot. Now things are starting to balance out a little bit, but I'm very, very worried about the farm levels here. Nico Baby, this aggro dual lane, aggro tri lane, they have to coddle him. They have to babysit this Weaver for the next 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, but it was already good that he just rotated bottom and even got a kill. Like, he got the kill on Matuma Man, actually, so that was pretty good. And, oh, Nico, don't die. Don't. Ah, he has stick charges. Okay, he's fine.
He's got salve.
Dire's top
He may be baiting something here. Like, Lina's coming in. If Matu sees an opportunity to kill him, he's probably going to go for it. No. He's not going to go for it.
Being a little more patient. So they've actually fully switched these lanes up. Undying has phase boots.
Yeah, it's also a first for me.
Okay. I've seen treads Undying. I like that pretty nicely. Bounce back with a doom there. Nico should be dead here. No one to come in and deny him. But yeah, I've seen treads Undying from Whitebeard over on Fire. I've seen plenty of arcanes. Soul Ring Tranquil Boots Undying has been
Oh, Nico Baby.
dead with the sentry down.
Just
Flame
outside
Guard,
of- Yeah.
just enough in range. Yeah, like Tranquil Soul Ring Undying is decent as well. Face Boots Undying, I guess if you just want to chase people down and hunt, then it's good, but it really does go straight over the head of what we were talking about before with the utility Undying. So maybe this is indicative of him saying, screw utility, I'm gonna go all out annoyance.
Yeah, I agree, actually, because if this was the utility Undying, there's no way you go face boots, to be honest, because you cannot sustain having a mech on an Undying reliably without having treads or arcane boots, to be honest, or any other sort of like stats item. So unless he buys a lot of tangos.
Oh, mind control up at top. He's got his Scorched Earth up, and look at that. 37.7 HP regen. Sure, Swarm and Zombies are actually starting to stack up. There's no stuns, but there is the damage output from Nico Baby, finishing him off. Bata TP'd himself up here as well, but no Roar, no opportunity to turn. With Hook from the sidelines looking in. Tier 1 tower. They're going in behind. The Hawk's going to try and scout them out. They'll get this top rune.
They'll find Hook.
Oh, Hook, the Lina. Roar to start things off. There we go. Yurax also has the Maledict down. And Fata with the level 2 in those axes should be able to secure the kill, but not before the Witch Doctor dies for his sins. Hook is surviving through this.
under attack.
Not surviving enough. Double pause. Fata with the damage output. Kuroki, though, chased. Nico Baby with the point in Swarm. Not going to land there onto the Lich. And Fata battling up against 3. He's going in man mode. 1 versus the world. But Kuroki's there, ready to defend his brother in arms.
Fada, he wants more. He's not done with this. Okay, now he is. A bit of a misplay from Fada or from 5JuNGz. I think if Fada bottles up Jerax, he has enough mana for a cast, and they can maybe kill the Lina without conceding a kill on the Witch Doctor. It's still a good trade-off, of course, because I mean you do get the Lina, and Fada even gets another kill as well. But still. It's just, would have been maybe a cute play if that had happened.
It's a lot more balanced in Game 1 as well. The fact Dire, they're not losing out massively on their supports. The Ogre, the Earthshaker, they're still getting good experience. Maybe not as much gold. But this Lina, actually up to level 9 now. And going for the same old Null Bracer. So Phase Boots into Drums, I guess, is Hook's way of playing the Lina. How are we looking net worth-wise? Because that's what I want to look at. Yeah, Ember Spirit, 4,000. Yurax, middle lane. Sure. And he should be finished off here, even with the Voodoo Restoration. The right-click attack out from Hook. Holy crap, that damage. 117. But yeah.
Yeah, but this is. I think 5JuNGz is kind of happy with this, considering they're basically winning so hard on these other 2 lanes right now. Like Matuma Man is completely free farming, and Mind Control just got a tower. So 5JuNGz, they're pretty happy with this. Sure, the Witch Doctor has died a few times now, but as long as it's just the Witch Doctor, who's basically the main target, like he's under-leveled anyway, right? Yeah. It's just level 4. So it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah, and then you've got Mind Control with 1,500 gold. They've got 3 of the top 4 net worth heroes, and then you look at 5th and 6th, Undying and Weaver are nowhere near catch up here. Really set themselves back. So Fata, he's got himself Necro 1. And this is when we really start to look at pushing into tier 1 towers and, the Weaver with 700 HP. The scary thing is, once Necro 3 comes up, they're going to see you Shikuchiing around. They've got Roar, they've got Doom. It's not as though they've got one thing that shuts you down. They have got multiple stuns, like you said during the draft. They go through Lincoln's Sphere. So I'm looking at the Weaver now and wondering, is it going to be a stats build for him? Lincoln's, of course, is very valuable against these sort of, guaranteed disables onto you that really do lead to kills. Do you go for drums? Do you finish off treads? Like, what is the play?
I think you definitely still want to build up stats. So yeah, treads and drums, sort of, yes. I would definitely go for that. But I think this is also kind of dependent on how the game progresses. If he finds some space and, if his team isn't doing too bad, I think he might also just rush for the Lincolns, because if he feels like he can just get it really early on, I think it's more valuable than having stats in between. Because if you build stats items and then suddenly your team is doing really horribly bad, you're never going to get that Lincolns, right? So it's more of a, well, what kind of state are we currently in kind of decision. Right now, I think definitely still go for the stats just because your team is really not hot right now, especially if he's going to get ganked to your top lane.
Just start spamming braces. go for the 3 Wraithband build over on your Weaver. And you've got Ring of Aqua already. Let's go for a few more Wraithbands. You're right, mind control. He's got the Doom up, Alpha Wolf available as well. Nothing over in level death. Going for the 2 points in Devour, and this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like, the Doom builds I've seen have gone for 1 in Devour and then actually get themselves a point in level death early on. Get that, mini stun. Good for cancelling out TPs, things like that, so you don't have to really use the Doom to escaping.
By the way, we talked about Doom item builds during the draft as well, and I think that if you're mind control, okay, never mind, he bought recipes for the drums already, but I think he could have gotten away with just going for the raw blink, because look at how weak this Weaver is. If you blink Doom her, Weaver's dead. There's nothing to save her, unless there's a Undying sitting behind her feeding her soul rips, like perfect soul rips. But if you gank the Weaver with a blink, Doom dead all the time. So I think this is something that you can basically abuse, like the fact that Weaver's so weak and doesn't have any sort of like stats item to help her out except for the magic wand. But he goes for the safe build for the drums, which obviously is bad.
Yeah, going for stats. Like, your mana pool as Doom is always the scary thing when you're playing this hero. You want to throw out spells, you need mana for your Scorched Earth and things like that. So having that Robe of the Magi in the drums is always going to be... Oh, this Undying. He's the one-roll hero here for NLG. He's the carry. He's the true carry. 1,300 gold. Go and get your point booster. You know you want to. You know you want to go straight into your Aghanim Scepter. Just...
Yeah, the courier's flying out already to the secret shop, and he's the one controlling it. It is going to be an Aghanim Scepter.
Come on then.
Oh yeah.
Come on then. Phase Ags Undying. Yeah, and why?
Smoke coming out from the dark side, and I'm not sure if 5JuNGz read that move or if they were just trying to go for something themselves, but they just dodged this smoke gank, and this is so much time, so much valuable time wasted for the dark side. This could be Lina farming up an item or, something, but instead 5JuNGz can actually pressure this tier 1 mid.
Them doing a lot of things, but at this point they're really scrambling. Try and make something happen on these lanes, and you look at Father's Hawk control. As I go and pointed out, he's actually moving it over to give full vision over onto Hook. Mind control, not going to get stunned up. Picks up the rune. Oh, picked himself up as well, and Spartan tries to stun the Hawk. But Father is just... I'm actually wondering if it is him. Because, a lot of the time you do see people give shared control over to supports or something like that so you can focus on your hero. But I'm pretty sure it is him controlling these Hawks out.
I think it's him as well. He has really good micro.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at his laning stage, how he controls the boars, it is really good. And even later on, if he picks up like a Necrobook, the way he maneuvers all his minions, it is really good. Like I would be surprised if it wasn't him, just because I know that he would be capable of it. So yeah, but either way, whoever's doing it, like, they're having impeccable map control with the Hawk and with the wards as well.
Yeah, like now Matu just picked up a kill on Milan. Nico, baby, are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? You've got a Ring of Health, but that does not tank you up. This is Ember Spirit, who's actually sitting at level 11. Ember's 3 levels ahead of this Weaver, and now the pressure actually comes up on top. So Bata with the level 1 Necrobook and his Haste Rune, they're gonna get scouted out by the Darob's Ward.
Mato has a really smart remnant. Nobody saw it being dropped, I think.
What do they have to lock him down? Fissure and Fire Blast? It's not going to be long enough. And it's not even cast in time.
Yeah, they needed the Fissure. Like, they needed the Fissure to set it up, because there was no way the Ogre could just walk up to Matu, unless Matu's not paying attention to his screen right now, or looking somewhere else on the map. But Maybe NLG can turn this into tier 1 push. If you're trading tier 1 for tier 1 right now, I think if you're NLG, you're totally fine with this. Even if you're giving up a bit more, like, say, damage on a tier 2 or giving away so much farm to, say, 5JuNGz, who... Look at Fada, he was farming the jungle up until now. I think you're completely fine with this because you need something at this point, right? You need something. You need a bit of map control and a bit of farm as well.
Yeah, they've got such good spread across the map. Now, the line is drawn there from the Earthshaker saying, hey look, my Tumberman's heading towards mid tier 1. We take tier 1 mid, tier 1 bot, and then actually move ourselves up towards mid. Maybe we can go and fight with Tombstone and things like that. But it's not just that trade-off. Kuroki's shoving in this top lane. Shinfata is farming through the jungle. Is Necro 2 up and running? I'm not entirely sure how like a head-on-head clash goes here. With the Tombstone being up to level 4 now, it is going to be rough to handle. Even if you do have Witch Doctor and Lich both hitting away at it. Because Soul Rip takes it back up to full HP, and then you got to try and hit it back down again. Maybe if 5JuNGz can get the Doom onto Undying first. And in this, it's really weird saying this, but I feel like the Weaver is not a valuable target for Doom. Like, if you find him and you get a free kill, sure enough, but in a team fight, Dying and Lina, they're the heroes you really want to aim at. If you can get Dying before Tombstone, Lina before Laguna Blade, or even, you know, before her full array of spells has been thrown out, they're the heroes you want to really aim at.
Honestly, even after the Tombstone, Undying is still a valuable target because you don't really want him to be there in his ultimate form, like stacking up his decay charges, like, or healing other people with his Soul Rip. I think even after you drop the Tombstone, it's still a viable target to Doom. But it doesn't really look like we're gonna get a 5-on-5 team fight anyway. NLG just not gonna take this chance right now. Although I think they have decent amount of chances just because Jarex isn't level 6 just yet. And a level 6 Witch Doctor in a team fight is actually pretty valuable. I mean, I guess as a trade-off, you don't have level 6 in your Ogre, but level 6 in Ogre is not nearly enough as valuable as a level 6 in Witch Doctor.
Like, at this point, NLG, they're just trying to get themselves some semblance of farm up on their Undying and the Lina. You know, the Weaver, still down to bottom lane, can TP in if he really wants to, but look, the scouting, the vision, they see Spartan coming in, and Matsumaman's clearing out jungle camps, and they'll find him. They'll get the roar. Spartan, Remnant on the Bermuda Triangle from Matu there, jumps him backwards, forwards, sideways, and then through the Ogre's pelvis.
It is really easy to say this as a spectator, but I think this was a pretty foolish attempt from NLG because they had no control over the jungle whatsoever. Fada has been in this jungle for the past 2 minutes, and they had no vision whatsoever. So going in there blind was just.
They want to go again. They're actually TPing up here, but it's way too late. Matsumaman turns the Searing Chains. Milan not going to get the Fisher down as there's Chain Frost bouncing back and forth between them all, and Spartan stuck here with the Tombstone drop. Maybe they can actually turn and fight this. The rest of 5JuNGz really not available to actually battle through. Soul Rip keeps the Tombstone alive. Kuroki, Yerax, the Lich and the Witch Doctor both getting ripped to shreds by Nico's Undying. Tumberman did fall in the back end of play. So NLG, they lose 1, they get 3. Down to, you know, Mind Control actually TPing down to bot lane. Fata TPing towards mid.
This was, I don't know, I think the big mistake here was from Fata and Mind Control to TP away so openly. That way NLG knew they had a numbers advantage, right? Yeah, questionable by 5JuNGz, I guess, although it's nothing they really think of when you TP in that moment, but really good decision-making from NLG to take this fight. Pretty weird the way Matuma meant to stay behind. I think he could have just gotten away, to be honest. Like, he tried to stay behind and go for the Searing Chains, and with the Lich ultimate, they tried to be really cheeky there. But it didn't really work out.
Tried to grasp a little bit more out of that team fight than really they were really worthy of, but Tumberman himself into the enemy jungle. Kill over onto Nico, so that Ags upgrade, 1,000 gold away.
Oh yeah, by the way, Matuma, he picked up early Boots of Travel. We haven't really talked about it, but it makes sense if you're so far ahead. Like, yeah, he was basically uncontested on his lane and had a really good time, got a lot of kills. I mean, look at him, he's 6-2-1. So Boots of Travel definitely makes sense for him.
Nico, baby. She's ready. Gets himself between the tier 1 and tier 2, but they see him.
He doesn't have ultimate.
My god, this Weaver. He's got 2,100 gold. He needs to buy this ultimate orb. Stick charges, another Shikuchi, sentries down, the cast will fly, and now, no bounce back, but the death ward, that'll secure it.
That was... But he did spend his money, right? Yeah, I think he bought a Void Stone or something.
Void Stone and TP.
Yeah. Nico, baby, look at his farm. He's... Like, Kuroki's catching up to him in terms of farm. This is how sad this Weaver has been all game.
What's Kuroki building, actually? Oh.
Midas.
Oh! Apparently that's what you buy. With the sacrifice, he's got himself to level 11. Like, a 17-minute level 11 Lich is pretty ridiculous, to be honest. He's actually up there with the Beastmaster.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and with the Midas, it's just gonna be even crazier from now on. What do you go on? What's your next item if you're Lich now? Or if you're Kuroki now? What's your next item out, like, after the Midas, of course?
I honestly don't know. We see Shadowblade drums over on the Doom, and you're obviously going to get the Battle Fury on your Ember Spirit, Witch Doctor, Glimmer Cape, Ags. I feel they still need some kind of extra sustain. You know, like a mech, something along those lines, but with the Tranquil Boots going into Greaves is a little bit awkward. So maybe just regular utility, you just all go the Glimmer Cape or Force Staff, something like that. Aghanim Scepter wouldn't be bad to bounce, back and forth between the zombies. Could look towards the Aghanim Scepter for Kuroki, but the world is his oyster right now. Lich is in this situation where he's a hero that doesn't really gain that much value out of items, right? He doesn't scale too well. Items go for utility, so it's similar to a Phoenix. You throw your spells, you get the job done. Items are an added extra. So go for
what do you
want.
think about Lotus Orb?
Bounce back Lena spells? That wouldn't be too bad.
There's a lot of spells that you can actually bounce back. Even like with the Ogre, for example. Like, that can be very valuable.
See where he heads into. It's usually like, Lotus Orb is that one big luxury item that supports buy because it's pretty useless. The build up to it, Plate Mail Perseverance, doesn't give you anything. So I think he'll get into a situation again where he saves up like 3,000 gold and then he's like, you know what? I feel like buying this up. Pick something up. Matu, jump. Remnant, Hook, no chance whatsoever. Find the pick off there. And Hook, no Shadowblade this game, actually going straight on into the Aghanim Scepter.
I love what 5JuNGz is doing right now. They're making sure that they're taking control of the map. They're farming everything in the Dire Jungle, and they even leave like one Satire. This is a war of nutrition at this point, and NLG is getting nothing almost.
Yeah, they're behind the lines, they're cutting off the train tracks, they're making sure there's no supplies coming into NLG. They really are starving. They're stuck. With the Aghanim Scepter, she's the oligarch, she's the one person in the palace with actually some food, some kind of income. The rest of the people are peasants. They've got nothing. But their farmland to try and feed them and their families. Sit at the bottom of the net worth chart, Lich and Witch Doctor. And what have we got from the Witch Doctor? Nothing just yet. Observer Ward earn. Kuroki still saving up his money. Becoming a Swiss bank. Pumping out the World War II memes.
Nico baby finally picks up his ultimate orb. He's a recipe away. But Doom is here. Wants to doom him. He doesn't. Oh, night vision.
Oh, that's Shikuchi used. They know. Oh, Nico baby, get yourself the hell away from there. They've actually seen mind control, I think. They know he's up there. They're spam pinging it out, so they've got vision of him somehow. Baby, this is playing with fire right now, honestly. What?
Yeah, the sentry.
He's okay, Nico baby. Turns back with the stuns. Laguna Blade, that's good. That's a really good pick off.
It's a really good pick off, but at the same time, 5JuNGz get a tier 2, right? It's definitely something that they have to go for, and it's definitely something that's going to boost them for sure. But it is not where you say, oh, this was like a superb trade, or this was really awesome. This is more like, yeah, this is a start to come back into this game. And a bit careless by mind control. They didn't really have any vision whatsoever. NLG actually doing a really good job of dewarding. So they have to be careful with this. They can't really give away any more kills, especially to the Weaver.
Well, Matsumo Man is top of the net worth right now. He's got Battle Fury about 20 minutes, 1,600 gold saved up, so he's progressing a lot faster than he did in Game 1. Nikwa, Aghanim Scepter is ready. It's going to be the force sure into this tier 1 mid, because Microsoft comes up, and there we go, Doom onto Nikwa. The Chain Thrust bounces between them all, and they're all dead. Matsumo Man just charges through the ranks. Hook Gonna take over this Maledict slowly but surely, and on the front lines, chase onto Spartan, takes him down. Go Baby does not get the kill onto Yerax, but it's a 3-for-0 trade-off. No, there is no trade-off, it's just people dying on NLG.
Didn't even get the tier 1. I think there was a 20 or 25% chance of Nico Boy getting hit by that Lich ultimate, and he did get hit by it. Oh,
Milan. For a 3, there we go. Faster with the BOTs, jumps himself up, and tier 3. 22 minutes in, and they're already breaking high ground here. Okay. I was going to say, it's at that point where you think, can we come back from this? GG is called, and that's it. 5JuNGz, they find themselves a 2-0 sweep over NLG.
I was just about to say, oh, this is going to be their last stand, and because of the buyback as well. And then it's just GG. It's like, oh, let's not even bother. And quite frankly, this was a stomp. Like, 5JuNGz played this really well. There was a few glimmer of hopes here and there, but in the end, I think the draft, it came down to the draft, in my opinion.
Yeah, from start to end, from draft to finish, that was 5JuNGz really showing why they have been sort of touted as being that new European team, along with Monkey Business. You know, Vega have been having a pretty good showing as well, but it's all about these boys, all about these boys. But that's it for tonight, guys. 2-0 here for 5JuNGz. We'll be back on Sunday, where we have Alliance going up against Monkey Freedom Fighters at 5 PM CEST. There's nothing tomorrow over on D2CL, but we do have ESL 1 New York over on the ESL Dota channel.